Okay, I think we spoke about the ground rules and all yesterday. We spoke about that. We spoke about virtual Hifi, which we will do. So I'll share something with you why this is called functional English. Why it's called functional English. See, this could be a kind of a question, but everybody might think why it is functional English, right? So why it's called functional English? The reason why it's called functional English, not English, it's like. Right. Definitely, you will be thinking why it's not English. See, the reason is like English is not something which is learned over a period of time, which will not happen in 8 weeks. Right. We will try our best, but the thing is that there will be a lot of things which will be shared with you, a lot of tips which will be shared with you, a lot of tools which will be shared with you, which you can use over a period of time on your own as well. It will never happen, right? So first of all, the mindset has to change. I have got a lot of these slides which in the coming classes, right? The entire next week, all the slides are important, all the classes are important, right? We will also create a need why English is so important in today's world, right? You all are in some level which is a good level, but are you happy with that? Do you want to improve? And most of you are very young, right? So what is that you can achieve from this? What's the benefit? So this will all be covered in the coming days, right? So we will see why it is not called English, why it's called functional English. Why? The first thing is that this language is built over a period of time. It's built over a period of time, right? Right from certainly not overnight, definitely not. It's not like 8 weeks we attend or maybe 6 weeks we attend. The 6 weeks or the 8 weeks is like a platform which will be created, which will give you confidence, which will take the shyness off, which will give you comfort level, which will make you talk with each other, which will give you comfort level in terms of confidence, right? I will help you to frame the sentences. I'll help you with the words, right? And you will be talking to me, you will be talking to others. When you talk, when you do free speeches, others will also watch. So this will all give you kind of a confidence. Sometimes confident. So that's what we can do. But after that, what happens is with you, right? See, as you all know, many of you are pretty new to the system. Here in Desi Crew, we have a great culture of learning, right? So this is not the only course, but this is the only language. We don't have any other language. We don't have Tamil, we don't have Kannada, or we don't have any other language, Hindi or any other language. So this is the only language thing, right? And I also said that language can only improve if we are interactive. Otherwise, it may not happen, right? So that's what it is, right? And also initial classes, if you see, I have to build up the confidence of everybody and a lot of things which will at this point of time, which will be happening hopefully for next week also. But then that will change. Then everybody, you will be doing the activity. I will be just the facilitator. I'll be just the moderator. I'll say, do this way, do that really well. Okay, these are the things which was the finer point. These are the things which you can probably tweak it, right? Make little what we can do, right? So these are the things. So this skill is not built over a period of time. Everybody, though we are in the same batch, we have different kind of a capability. Some are pretty capable, some are a little bit less capable, some will have other issue X, Y, Z and all, right? So that's what will be my task to identify. Okay, the learning starts early. When did it start? Right from kindergarten, right? Today's kids, they go to kindergarten at a very early age. Even in those who live in rural places, they send to some kind of a government thing where they start learning, right? And then the LKG, UKG, and then the first till the 12th, and then the college and those kind of stuff as well. And some of the students might have studied in the vernacular language. Maybe they would have studied in the local language also, right? There are a lot of cases which came to us in the previous batch as well, but they did 101. How did they do? Because they outside this, they also practice to efforts to improve. So these are the efforts which can be done from our end as well. And the most important thing is that practice, as I said, mindset and practice. The practice is very easy. It's like the fun kind of a practice as well. See, it could be, there are several tools which is available online, right? From your comfort zone of probably a local language, you have to move to English. So that's the only way. So this can only happen with practice. There are a lot of tools which we will tell how you can do and how much time you can spend. So only thing is your time, right? So for attending this class as well, you certainly have work. Everybody have work, right? But after attending this class, you have to go back to the work. But this is the comfort zone which you are trying to break, right? Even I'm bringing this class to you. I'm taking another 2 class. I'm doing 3 class. I'm also a student of Excel 101, right? We have our interactive class, I believe Friday today. Yes, 8 o'clock today. So I need to attend that as well. That's also for 1 hour, right? The assessment is there on the Saturday, which I haven't done much about here, but I will go through the video after my 6 o'clock class, right? So that is the comfort. You want to push yourself to do something, and we all are at the comfort of home because we don't have to travel. A lot of you young, you may not like it. So we like traveling to office because we are very, very young. We just started our work and all, right? So, but the thing is that so we don't have to commute and those kind of a thing, right? So this is a very great time to learn, actually, right? And this language is one important skill. Once you have this, if you want to upscale yourself in terms of going to the next level, that becomes very, very easy, right? So that's what it is. A lot of DNext members as well who are here is only basically because of this, because the language is also very important for interacting with client, conducting a meeting, or those kind of thing. Okay, so this would be a fast track course for 8 weeks. The course will be, right, so fast track course for 8 weeks. The course will fine tune your existing skills. Whatever skills you have, that will be fine tuned, that will be honed. Honed meaning to what do you call rectify or make it fine tune, right? So those are the so it will be honed, it will be polished. Everybody understand, definitely polished to make it effective. So this is only a place where it will be honed, it will be fine tuned, it will be polished to make it effective. So wherever you are, to make it effective, and the efforts which you put. That's why I said virtual Hifi, which we thought, because my hand will come. So again, your hand, all the participants have to give in their bit, right? There will be exercises which will be given, which will be outside the classes, where you have to do that and come back. So that's the effort which you take, and you believe me, you take these kind of efforts, that will help you in a big way, right? I'm also thinking next class, I made a point as well, and if Rashmi can also remind me if I forget, I'm also thinking the previous 101 students, a few of the participants can come, and they can have a 5 minutes chat with you. So that will be wonderful, right? How they started, where they are now. They are in 201 now at this point of time. They are right. So when they come and talk, so they will also give you a lot of tips and all, which will be very important and which will be very useful as well. I'm sure all of you would do wonderfully well. That's why after the TNI you are here, but that will give you a kind of a boost as well, right? So that's what it is. Okay, so let's look at the next slide, which will be the preview of the training program. And I'm sure everybody is, yes, everybody is there. There is some new participants as well. Let's see who are the ones. Okay, somebody else has joined in, because when I'm doing the slide, I can't see this. Okay, fine. So what I'll do is that I'll show you what we have in terms of, I'll stop my screen file. Okay, brilliant. So I'm sure you're able to see this particular screen here, right? So what we are going to do is that we are going to talk about, we are going to create a foundation. So that will be the first thing. We will be doing a foundation. So what is foundation for functional English? We did icebreaker. We will we did introduction and those kind of a thing. We will also talk about why it is important in corporate world, this language, English, and what is in it for me. What's the benefit? These are the things we will see. How much is confidence important and the language? We will also talk about some real life case studies also, right? Then after we complete this, we will talk about the bottlenecks. Meaning, what is bottleneck? Bottleneck meaning difficulty, right? Difficulty. What are the difficulty? Okay, you have said like do this, do that, do and all. But what are the difficulties in doing? Which participants will come across? They might find it difficult, right? So we will talk about those difficulties also and how to overcome that as well, right? So what are the challenges they face, right? And so mistakes are fine. Those are the things which we will talk about, right? And getting away from the comfort zone and thing. I don't want to tell you everything here. So those are the things which we will be talking there in the bottleneck. Then we will also talk about the techniques for effective speaking. As I said to you before, I'm not too sure if I have not said that, but I think I've said that we will be focusing more into listening. Everybody is able to listen clearly what I'm saying and speaking. These are the only two which we will practice more at this point of time. Bit of writing as well in terms of making the sentences. Okay, so we will not go too much into the writing skill, which will happen once you graduate and come to 201 and 301, right? So we will be focusing more into effective speaking. What are the tools which will be helping you to speak effectively, speak confidently, articulate it well, right? Those are the things. And believe me, all of you can do that. Every participant here will be able to do that. Okay, and so that's how this class plan or lesson plan is built. So you all will be able to speak with confidence, right, over a period of time, before we complete this 8 weeks. Okay, so what are the 4 facets of language? Any language you talk about, there are only 4 facets. Facet meaning types, right? 4 faces or 4 parts. Facet, not types, parts. Okay, so we will talk about the 4 parts, right? And how you can improve and focus on two parts, which I said, listening and speaking. Then lesson plan, so where we will do a lot of free speeches, we will do role plays, you all will do, right? So, and this is where I'll be in a back seat. I'll not be doing much, and when you come to the 4 facet and all, you will be doing activities, right? So we will also be do GD and those kind of stuff as well. We will also come up with something which I'll ask you to do and all, right? Let's see if we can add up few of the soft skills part I have added here. If it is possible, we can add, or else we may not. Okay, we will see how it is. Okay, because for soft skills, we are also planning to have a kind of a workshop. So we try and cover with that. Okay, so this would be the plan, and this will be the curriculum for you. Right, so this is, I believe it will be there on the portal as well, detached portal, right? So now another thing is that just one second. Okay, so another very important thing is that you can see week 1, week 2, week 3 and all, and we have lost at least a week and half. Don't worry about that. We will make it up, or we can also extend it slightly if it's required, right? So this would be it. So this will be what we will be doing on a week-to-week basis, and then this would be the 8th week, and where we will complete. So I'm sure we will be able to add up everything in the next 6 weeks itself. If not, we can also. Then another thing is that there will be activities which we will be doing, assessment and activities. Assessment is that what I'll give, you will do it at home and bring it. I'm sorry, assessment is something which will happen online, and activities which will be, I'll be giving you, and those activities you can, some will be offline and some will be, you will be doing in the class. And we have the ratings which we will. I'm sure all of you will get a great rating. So this is part of our lesson plan. Was my screen shared?
No, sir.
Alright, somebody should have told me no. Okay, I want you to feel free and speak to me, right? I stopped the screen sharing for a minute, and then even Rashmi didn't say. Okay, okay, just 1 second. I'm just going through again. See, this was what I was presenting. Okay, so if it is not there, please tell me, anyone. So first thing is that have confidence, right? Interact. Okay, don't worry about it. You're very new to the company. That's all fine. We are all learning, right? This is the first thing. When you don't, when you have anything, when something is not, you can see something is being missed. Just put a hand and say, right? And this is a simple thing because I'm presenting everything here, and nobody pointed out. Anyway, so this was the foundation part which I showed to you, right? Foundation is like creating. You tell someone, someone is young, or maybe someone is anyone, do this. So they would tell you why. Why should I do? What's the benefit? So that's what we will do here. Foundation. What's the benefit of this particular language? Yes, we all know this language, but how we can get better. So that is what we will cover in the foundation. Okay. There are very interesting slides. Okay. Next week is pretty important one where it will give you a lot of confidence. Then another thing is that bottlenecks in functional English. So this would be, what are the difficulties which I explained, have some difficulties. How can you overcome that? That would be okay. Then we will talk about the techniques. So what are the techniques which will help you to speak effectively? Okay. So one thing is that do this, do that, but how? Tell me, or how can I do? So we will give you the tools. We'll also make use that tools here. Some of the tools like the free speech and those kind of a thing. Okay. Then we'll talk about the parts or the facet of the language, which is any language. So we are English we will talk about, and two we will focus, and this would be the lesson plan, which will be more into doing you activity. We have some soft skills as well. Let's see if we have time, as I just mentioned, and then let's go here. And this is a week plan. This would be, if there are 8 weeks here, you can see 7 weeks here. So we have stuff which we will do each session, right? And then this would be the 8th one. So we have curriculum. And you can also, I think, find on DTouch portal this one. Actually, can they find this thing on the DTouch portal as well? Yeah, course plan, lesson. Yeah, they can see that there also. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, fabulous. So we completed this. I think you would have listened to what I was saying before. I went into detail and explained that. So I'm sure that has also been, you would have understood that. Okay, so now let's, I'll give you a small activity as well. And so we will I'll explain a few stuff. Before we do, let me also see if I can bring in a couple of more slides as well, and then we can have a kind of a chat. Okay, so what you did is that you had a preview. Since this is a binocular, so you had a preview, right? You had the preview of the entire training program. So this is what it is. Training content, which I did show you. One was the foundation of functional English. We talked about the bottleneck. We talked about the techniques, and we also talked about the 4 facets in the lesson plan. So if you look here, there is a hoarding or a board or maybe a sign which saying be interactive. That's very important. If you're not, I will make you interactive. Don't worry about that. But if it comes from you, that will be great. Participation is very important. So don't hesitate to participate. Participate. That's very, very important. Engaging, right? So engage in conversation. If you want to say something, express yourself. This is a place where you can do that. And itself in all the task, everything. So that will also be something which will ensure you get the maximum out of it. I told you, be selfish, right? Be selfish. From the trainer, from his end, and can to some extent be selfish because you think that yes, I want to do more, I want to learn more, so that's very important. Okay, so now this is the activity which we will do now at this point of time. So let's see, that will be a kind of a class thing we will do in the class itself. Okay, before I do this, let me also give a kind of info. See, we are going to do vocabulary activity, which will be called vocabulary time. Okay, so what is vocabulary, right? So let me ask a few things with the participants, and let's go by one. So let's also interact. Otherwise, it is very one-sided at this point of time. For first 2 weeks, I want it to be one-sided, where I want you to feel a little bit more comfortable in coming here, attending the class, and stuff like that. So, so that's how it will be, and then it will change. So let me ask you someone. What is vocabulary? Nagendra, what is vocabulary?
Sir, no idea about, sir.
Okay, fine. And anyone? How about Nandini?
I don't know, sir.
I'm sorry?
I can't.
I can't hear you properly. What did you say?
Sir, clear?
Yes, now it's clear.
Sir, I can't hear. Again, please once.
Oh, okay, okay, fine. Right. I'm asking, do you know the meaning of vocabulary?
Vocabulary.
I'll
Don't
type
know,
it.
sir.
No?
Don't know, sir.
Fine. Anybody else here, they know vocabulary?
Vocabulary means familiar words.
Okay, 1 second, Mahalakshmi. I think you got it right. Nandini, if you can go on mute, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Nandini. Yes, I have typed the word as well. See, yes, Mahalakshmi, what were you saying?
Word, sir. It's a word which is used, like used in books and all. Like, which we'll use that.
Absolutely, you come very close to that. These are all words. Absolutely fabulous, Mahalakshmi. Fantastic, right? All the words, right? Fantastic. Good job. Right, right. So these are all the words which you know, or which is there in English or in a particular book or subject or anything. So right, all the words makes language, right? So when you say a sentence, it's all like alphabet will, couple of alphabets will make word, and the word will make a sentence, and sentence will make a meaning. I have a slide as well which I'll show you later, which is there. Fantastic, good work. So this is what it is. See, when I say I was, so was, W-A-S. So what is was made of? 3 letters, W-A-S, right? And so if I say W, that's a letter. If I say was, that's a word. I was in school when I was so and so age. So that's a sentence. So sentence is giving a meaning. And when you have few sentences, it will tell you a story. That's what it's all about. So this is what it is. It's same like in our local language as well, in our mother tongue. Similarly, it's the same thing with the English as well. So vocabulary. For example, let me ask somebody else. Okay, at least when you speak, you have your camera on. Right. Okay, Nitya Rubni, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How about your camera? Okay, fantastic. Nitya Rubni, do you like cooking?
No, sir.
Only eating.
Yes, sir.
Mom makes and don't worry, he will in the same thing. I used to cook for matrimony, but after I've got maybe my wife is taking care of me well. Okay, anyway, but if you have to go to kitchen and cook, you need something, you leave about gas, you leave about that, this and everything. But what do you need to cook food?
Sir, rice.
Okay, that's the ingredient.
Ingredients. Yes, sir.
It's an ingredient. Ingredient meaning some material meaning. That yes. Okay. What else? Name another two.
Another, sir, oil, ingredients in oil.
Ingredient meaning. The Tamil no. Tamila.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Porulkal. Where in ingredient? What is the ingredient in this particular? Maybe it's the noodles. What is there in the noodles? What are the other ingredients? Where in porulkal?
Sir, oil.
You will cook rice and meat.
No, sir.
What else do you need?
And another vegetables.
Absolutely. You need vegetables, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of spices. Spices meaning all the masalas and all those things.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Very good, Nikhil. I don't know when you face the more I don't know why. Is it you have a speaker on?
Can I check something, sir?
Okay. Right. You check. Okay, fine. Right. Good. You can go on mute now. Yeah, Nityarubini, she got it absolutely right. See, when you have to cook itself, you need various ingredients. Similarly, for language, you need various words. Only then we can keep going and make it better and better, keep becoming better and better. So this is all ingredients, right? Ingredients. Similarly, vocabulary is also kind of an ingredient if you want to understand, right? Ingredient could be a word which I can, I'll write the meaning of ingredient also. That's a good word. Make a note of, I'll type it here. I'll type, see, this chat box will be our written thing. So we will get this. I've typed something here. I've typed 2 words now. And so let me ask Vandana. Vandana, can you see the chat box now?
Yes, sir.
What are the 2 words which is written?
Sir, I see only one word, sir. Ingredients.
Okay. And okay, maybe you would have come late. So I've typed another word as well, vocabulary as well. That's the other word I did type. So these are the 2 words. Sir. Thank you very much, Vandana. So let me type that word again. So make a note of this word, understand the meaning of it. Vocabulary is like, what is vocabulary? All your words, right? So that's called vocabulary. All the words that somebody knows is your vocabulary. All the words which you know is your vocabulary. All the words which there in the language is English vocabulary, right? Similarly, it could be or Tamil and those kind of things as well. Okay. So what is ingredient? Ingredient is the materials. It could be food items. Exactly, right? What I said to her, ingredient could be food item. So I gave an example. So this is a word, nothing wrong in knowing this word. Ingredient is, what is the ingredient of this? Meaning, what are the things which we have put? Okay, fine. So let's go back to the slide. And what we will do is that I will continue doing that now. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so first thing first is that vocabulary. So if you see, this is the vocabulary, and so hope everybody is able to see my screen. Yeah, in this screen sharing mode. Okay, fine. So ingredients is all the vocabulary right here. So leave ingredient, forget, it's a different one. Now it's a vocabulary. Vocabulary is all the words, right? And so this is a word in the language. So if you have more vocabulary, your language will keep getting better and better. That is what it is, right? So that is something which we will do over a period of time. So how strong is your vocabulary? That's a question. And is it very strong? Is it not strong? If it's bit strong, great. If it's not strong, don't worry about that. This can be built up. Everything can be built up, right? There is nothing which cannot be built up as far as language is concerned. Only thing is that, as I said, mindset and practice and bit of comfort zone where we easily can think that, okay, fine, let me, what that could be a little bit boring. Let me watch something in my local language, some Tamil or maybe some Kannada or there about that, or in Hindi, those kind of stuff. So that is not comfort zone for learning. You have to come out of the comfort zone. It's not running anywhere there. It will be always there. We can come back and listen. So that's the practice. That's the effort. Specifically during these weeks, if you can get into that mode, that would be a great thing. Okay, I'll tell you about that later. But as and when things are coming to my mind, we have slides as well. I'm sharing you as well. So how can we make wrong? So first thing is that never leave an unknown word skip of your attention. Never leave your unknown word skip of your attention. See, suppose you come across some new word. I said ingredient today. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. Okay, so ingredient is the material which is required in anything. It's not required in food only. If I take a paint box and I say what's the ingredient it is there or made of, meaning what is it made of, what it's paint, it's how much is water, how much is chemical, how much is that, this and everything, right? That's what ingredient is, right? So that's one. So never leave an unknown, and there was another word, vocabulary. So keep that in your mind, write it down, and we will come to that. Never leave an unknown word skip off your attention, right? So that's very, very important. Now, another very important thing is that I wanted to understand from all of you before it came to my thought now. Does everybody have a kind of a separate notebook or something for English, or you're writing it somewhere? Let's ask Marzuka Begum. Marzuka, are you taking, if required, to take some notes? Where you will take? Do you have something?
Yeah, sir. I'm taking notes.
Fantastic. And don't mix it with your process. Don't mix it with other things. Keep a separate.
No, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a separate note for English.
Fantastic. Very good. And this can be fantastic, Marzuka. This can be done by everyone as well. If you're doing it, fabulous. If you're not, and please do that. Keep a separate notebook, or you can keep an Excel also on a laptop or something you want to do. But if you can keep in your notebook, that will be great. What will happen is that everything which is happening or we are discussing, that will be there with you. And believe me, you don't have to throw it off as well. That can remain with you as well. All these vocabulary words can go into that particular notebook, right? And that's where the assessment will also happen from that words as well, right? When we do the test as well. Okay, so that will be very easy for you to go back and see the meaning again and how you made the sentences, those kind of a thing. And leave about assessment. I always say, don't do anything for anyone. Do it for yourself, right? Don't do anything for yourself, anyone. Do it for yourself, right? Yes, there are some times when we have to do certain things to do because we may like, we may not like. That's a different thing. But when it comes to learning, do it for yourself, right? Don't be here just because it's a compulsory thing that we have to attend this class. Be here, you want to be here. I want to learn. I want to change. I want to improve. I want to become better. I want to make full use of it. I want to come for 201. I will, after 201, I'll go to 301 as well. I think two of the participants after TNI here, they said, no, they want to come to English. They only want to come to English, right? And then we thought about that and we took them. So we will work with them, right? So this should be the motive. This should be the, what do you call, the mindset, right? Yes, I'm here. I would do. I will make the change. I'll bring that change, right? So that's what it is. So bottom line is that don't do the learning, specifically the learning part or anything as well, right? You do, but there are certain things you have to do. You can't avoid it. But as far as learning is concerned, especially this particular 1 hour everyday class, it's like you do it here because you want to do, right? Just not the trainer is telling you, right? So that's something, the mindset, that's very, very important. Okay, great. So let's go back to the slide. And so never leave an unknown word skip off your attention. Skip meaning skip off your attention, meaning okay, this is a new word, ingredient. It was discussed in class. Let it go. No. Then there's an opportunity for you to learn one word which is gone. Same like vocabulary. So write in that particular notebook, right? Understand the meaning of the word, right? Understand the meaning of the word. That's very important. Like ingredient, meaning what is the ingredient? Like, what do you call it? The substance it's made of. That's an ingredient. Substance is made of, right? So write the meaning of it. Then only you will remember that. And how it is used in a sentence. How it's used in the sentence. The ingredient of this particular sambar is X, Y, Z, meaning these are the ingredients, right? I feel if you want to make a good biryani, you need good ingredients, and which is slightly expensive as well, meaning quality ingredient, which is not that easy. Like you have to get that, you have to get this, that, this, and everything, right? So that's the ingredient, right? The ingredient of this particular seems not that expensive, meaning it looks very cheap. It's not very quality is not there. So that's another way, ingredient. So how it's used in a sentence. Okay, then you might come across at that word maybe at any platform. See, these words can come not necessarily from training, not like here in training where I'll be sharing these words. This can happen with your process as well. When your process manager is talking, he's talking in your local language, fine. Maybe you will see something on the YouTube. There is someone who's saying, I don't know how many of you have a reading newspaper habit. If not, that's a great habit to get in. You will come across a lot of words. Reading it can come, like watching it can come, the new words. Conversation, right? Somebody's talking to you, or it could be in a meeting, or it could be anywhere else. But you come across new words. I'm not saying take all the words, like some of the medicine words, like myopia and hypermyopia. Everybody knows regarding the. See, these are all difficult, different kind of stuff. I'm not asking the ones which we can use, like the ingredient, the vocabulary, and there will be a lot of other words, right? So don't skip off, let it skip off your thing. Keep revisiting that word. See, I told you ingredient. I'll ask the same ingredient tomorrow, hopefully. Now, when I say, or maybe on Monday, everybody will come prepared. But what if I didn't tell you, and I ask one of the participants, what is ingredient? You should sell like this, right? So that's what. How will that happen? You have to keep visiting that word once or twice. Today I've got a new word. It can happen with me also, right? So if today I've got a word, I saw the word, I understood the meaning, and I probably it comes after a month, I forget. Definitely I might forget. See, the brain can't remember everything. Brain, you give a little bit of, it's there somewhere in the unconscious part, but to get out like this or get it out of your system immediately, that has to be done with some practice. So what you have to do is that this notebook which you have, keep revisiting the word at least for 3-4 days or a week, or maybe there about that. Nothing wrong in spending 10 minutes and seeing the words and understand the meaning. So once you do this for some time, maybe a week or a couple of weeks and all, then what happens is that leave it for a month, and after a month as well, you'll remember that word. So that word is something you can proudly say, that's my word. I know that word. So that is how the vocabulary will build. If you want to cook, great, you need ingredient. Otherwise, how can you cook? Just can you cook only with rice? Can you cook only with wheat? Yes, if you're very hungry, then you can do. But will it be good? Every day can you eat? So can we, with limited vocabulary, can we improve our language? Certainly not. So this is one important skill which we have learned today. So vocabulary building. So that will be done every day in the class, right? Every day this will be done. So what it's the last one says, keep revisiting that word. You can proudly, right? Proudly have it in your kitty of vocabulary, where you can have it in your kitty. Kitty meaning like a kitty bag and those kind of a thing. So that becomes your word. That becomes your word, right? So that's what it is. So this is what we will do. We will attempt to do in the class. Okay. So I think we have another 14 minutes. So let's see how many participants are here. We will do a kind of a virtual high five, and I'll give you the 3 words as well. and so this you can take it as a first assignment for home, and then you can come back. So I don't know how many participants. Just give me 1 second. Rashmi, can we take a virtual high-fi for this particular class? Okay, because we have done for other classes as well, and so we can do it for this class as well. So before I do that, everybody will have to switch on your camera when I say at that point of time, and right, so that it can be captured. So we will do a virtual high-fi. I'll tell you why we are doing that. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Why we are doing this, right? So I think we came here yesterday in this particular slide, and then I stopped it for a brief while. And just give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. We come here. So what we will do is that this particular thing came up, but there was lack of time. I didn't want to do that. So what we will do at Hi-Fi. So what I'm saying is that the English team, which includes the captain, the trainer, and the coordinator, we are here to help you with this journey. So I'm going to bring my hand. As they say, to clap, you need both the hands. It's not like it can be one-way clap. I'm sure all of you are very eager, but we want to capture this thing. So we will bring our hand, and you will bring in your hand as well. So that will be a virtual high-fi. See, this is not in a classroom. If it's in a classroom, that's a different thing. So it's a virtual high-fi. So we will do that. We'll capture that, and that will go into our DTouch portal as well. Okay, fine. So let's do this. So this would be the slide, virtual hi-fi. I'll stop sharing this particular screen, and then what we will do is that we will do that virtual hi-fi. Okay, so can we have everybody's camera on, please? Okay. 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 Let's everybody smile for a minute. I don't want this serious way, hi-fi and all, as if we have only taken the vaccine today. My arm is paining. I can't do anything. Oh my God, those kind of a thing, right? Stop being serious. Tomorrow I'll start with the video. It will be a smiling video, and which everybody will smile for some time and then start. I don't want anybody to be serious. When you have serious, learning will not happen. And when you have fun, only the maximum learning will happen, right? I want you all to smile. Nobody is going to bring a stick and say, you just came out of college. No, we will take care of you. No, that's not going to happen. So relax. Tell me, how many of you are very recently joined, less than 1 month? No one? How many? Okay, Pranati is just less than 1 month. Okay, how many less than 2 months? Okay, Mahalakshmi, yes, Mahalakshmi, Lex. How many less than 3 months? None. Okay. So, right. So, this is just a training. We want all you to have fun and enjoy, and that's what it is. We all would like you to come here every day and enjoy and learn, and that's precisely what we are doing. This is the only course which is interactive. Let me make you understand. There is no other course which is interactive. There's no other course where a lot of efforts is going, because to begin everything here, what we are doing in terms of people, in terms of having curriculum and doing it interactive, that's itself is a kind of a task. Okay, here we go. The virtual hi-fi is coming with a big smile, everybody, so that all the teeth and everything should be visible, all your 32 teeth and all. Yeah, here we go. Bring your hand here. Don't hide your face. Rashmi, tell us, Harun, you are hiding your face. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay. So if you want to save some bandwidth, just wanted to ask you another thing one by one quickly. I asked, who has unlimited bandwidth here? Who doesn't have internet issue? Is in terms like the company is also paying for you internet, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be enough for a month, isn't it? There's no issues.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so it's being already done. So okay, feel free, use your net and be connected, and so that will be great. So what we also going to do is that everybody have immediately gone apart from Praniti. Okay, let's have the camera again on. Right, we will do hip hip hooray. Does anybody know what is hip hip hooray? I'll quickly run a slide now, so we'll all make some noise now. And then just give me 1 second. I'll share this slide. I'll request you all to again switch on your camera. So hip hip hooray is that you might have heard about this in kind of a movie or maybe in a party or maybe in a company where they have a meeting and all. They say hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Right? What is hip hip hooray? Right? So this is what it is, hip hip hooray. So why do we do hip hip hooray? It's like to cheer, right? To congratulate something, right? To someone. So what are we congratulating? We are congratulating ourselves. We are congratulating all the participants, and we are congratulating being in the part of the English thing. So we are saying yes, we will. So how it work? What I will do is that I'll say hip hip, and you will say hooray. Right? So I'll say 3 times. I'll say hip hip. You'll say hooray. I'll say hip hip. You'll say hooray. So what will happen is that make maximum noise. Right? Don't make that much noise that your neighbors start come running to your house. Oh, somebody have some problem and all. But a bit of noise. Okay, fine. Okay, everybody ready? Camera back again. Everybody want to save the data. I don't know what's the thing. Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So let's do a sample now. First of all, we'll do a sample. Okay, I'll go one by one. Let's have some fun. Let's go to Subhashini. Hip hip. Mute.
I can't hear this clearly, sir.
You can't hear me? Okay. So I'm requesting you to make some noise. I'm saying hip hip, you will say hooray. Hip hip?
Hooray.
Okay, fine. That's good one. Let's check. I think he can make good noise. Harun, hip hip?
Hooray.
Okay, fantastic. Let's do Vandana. Vandana, big smile. Vandana. Yeah, this is better. Hip hip.
Hooray.
That's the one. Okay, now we are done, I believe. So let's do one sample together, everyone, then 3 hip hip hoorays. Okay. Rashmi, you can also make a lot of noise. Okay, fantastic. So I'll do one sample one. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hooray.
So this was fine. So we will do 3 times we will do now. Nitya Rudni, you please go on mute because yeah, you go on mute. Can you hear echo from Nitya Rubni or only I am hearing?
No, sir, we are also hearing.
Okay, fine. So that will spoil the thing. Nitya Rubni, you work on that, please. Right? Or maybe check with Rashmi. She can help you with maybe some technical stuff if she want. Okay, so everybody, the mic on. Vandana, have your mic on. So I'm going to do now hip hip hooray. Have your camera on, and here it comes. Hip hip.
Hooray. Hooray.
Hooray.
Together. When you say hip hip, you should be immediately hooray. Okay. Again. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray. Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Fantastic. Very good. Very good. So brilliant. So if you want, what we will do is that I'll also share. We talked about the vocabulary now. I'll share the 3 words which we will do, which you will do as a homework, right? So which you will bring to the class on Monday. So I'm going to share these 3 words. So I'm going to type it in the chat box so you can have a look in the chat box now. I'm putting, and somebody said, can't hear you, sir. Mahalakshmi, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He's able to hear me. Okay, so I'm going to share the 3 words which I'll be. One is abuse, right? And next one is awful. And the last word is acute. Okay. Has anyone heard about this word? These are, I'm sure, some of the words you would have heard about these particular words. Yes, Marzuka is saying, which word? Unmute. When you want to speak, don't type in the chat. Unmute and say, yes, which word? Marzuka. Okay, so we abuse, all 3 words. What happened to your mic? Okay, I have less on time. So what we will do is that all 3 words she has heard. Okay, so we are less on time. What I'm going to share is that I'm going to share the meaning of these particular words. So one is like abuse. Abuse is to hurt someone or maybe use some language which abuses someone, right? And so being rude, right? Being rude, meaning the way somebody is treating. Nobody wants to be treated rude, but somebody may treat somebody rude. So abuse, like child abuse, you would have heard about that. So abuse. So what is this like abuse? What is the meaning of abuse? It could be being rude, if you want to make a note of it, or hurt somebody physically, physical abuse. See, abuse is a word, but how you want to use it? Physical abuse, mental abuse, mentally abused, right? Abuse. So that's the first word, abuse. Okay, first word, abuse. How can you use? Child labor is an abuse according to the government of India. That's a sentence. Okay, now you know the meaning. So next class, what will happen is that I'll give you one example, like abuse. So next class, what will happen is that if I ask, for example, Nagendra to come and say this particular sentence, so I'll ask everybody to say the sentence. You will type it here. I'll tell you how to do what. So Nagendra will say abuse. So abuse, what is the meaning? Abuse is like who's been tortured or somebody who's been like being rude and those kind of a thing. Abuse. So child abuse is, or child labor is an abuse according to the government of India. That's the first one, abuse. Awful. Awful one, meaning very bad. That movie was full. It was a waste of money, meaning very bad and very unpleasant. That movie was not good. I was just looking at my clock when it will get over, right? So that was awful. That was very bad and not worth spending that money, right? That's what it is. Awful. I'm sure everybody understand. Acute. Acute meaning pretty short. Acute meaning pretty short. It's not available at all, right? Acute shortage of food, acute shortage of medicine, right? So shortage, acute. Acute shortage of water during the summer. So this is what it's acute. So I've explained the meaning of these 3 particular words. So abuse is someone, I've already said how you can use in a sentence. Awful is that I've also said how you can use awful. That movie was awful. So don't make the same sentence, make something else, right? Acute. During summer, some of the places in India experience acute water shortage. That's what it is. So if you want to keep it simple, you can. If you want to make it a little bit tougher as well, over a period of time, you can do that. Okay, great. So let me check with one of the participants if they have understood everything. Nagendra, have you understood everything what's required?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Fantastic. Okay, so this goes to Nagendra and everybody. What you will do is that you make the sentences. Yes, you can make it a notebook as well, but I will also say if you have a laptop and a system, you make the sentence there in the system and type there, write the meaning also, because sentences you will be cut, paste and copy in the chat room. For example, if Nagendra, I say, Nagendra, where are your sentences? So he'll not read the sentences for me. He will type the sentence here in the class. So don't type it before. You have the entire evening, you have Saturday and Sunday as well, right? So what you do is that make these sentences, type it in your laptop or a system, so that when the class comes, you can all cut copy and Control C and Control V. Good. And that all will be done. Is it clear, Ravikala?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. What are the 3 words, Ravikala? Switch on your camera when you speak, at least, if you can. Yes, Ravikala. What are the requirements? 3 words. What are the 3 words? Quick. Mute yourself. Quick. Yeah, switch on the camera. Yes, quickly. We're completely run out of time. We have.
No, sir.
Okay, see, you are here. So now then, how will this happen? Right. So you are here in the class and what's happening. So maybe this can be taken as a one-off thing. Make a note. It's there in the chat box. See, Kirtika, what are the 3 words?
Sir, abuse, awful, and acute.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what we have to do on chat box okay, thank you. This would do. I'll go to another participant. Just give me 1 second. Let me go to Vandana. On Monday, what I will ask you to do, or all the participants to do, where they have to, will they say these words, or they have to type somewhere?
Make sentences and type and cut copy paste.
Copy paste. Fantastic.